Good morning. I'm Pete Najarian. This is The Take on this Thursday morning. And I got to tell you something. Yesterday, we were waiting on the Fed. Well, the Fed did not disappoint. Matter of fact, once they delivered their message to us, and people are out there listening and obviously paying very close attention to how the Fed's looking towards the future. And I'll tell you what, Jay Powell has been very, very pinpoint, very accurate on what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, what the pace is. And he's been very clear about that. Well, that delivery yesterday certainly did turn the markets. We look over at the Dow yesterday. It was down about 100 points. All of a sudden, whoop, we get this huge flip. And by the end of the session, we finish up about 100 points. As a matter of fact, I take a look over at the NASDAQ. It was kind of chopping around most of the day, somewhere 20 points, 30 points away from being unchanged. And then that took off to the upside, took off to the ringing numbers of 160 points to the upside. What an unbelievable sprint to the upside we'd seen there. Technology, semiconductors, all contributing to that. But certainly taking a look at how things were shifting around. One of the areas that definitely shifted around, not in a positive way, was energy. Because when you take a look over at crude, and crude starts off the day somewhere in the low 80s, call it 82, 83. Next thing you know, it's hitting 79. A definite big move that we were seeing yesterday in energy. But obviously today, and we'll get to that in a moment, we bounced back pretty nicely. I look over at the volatility index. We just continued to go down, 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 especially towards the very end of the session where we actually dipped below 15 on the volatility index. That was pretty spectacular. Speaking of strength, how about the volumes yesterday in the derivatives world? I talk about it every day. I'll continue to talk about it because people have to know. This is where growth is. This is where it lies. 47.3 million contracts trading yesterday. Unbelievable. And Tesla, once again, leading the charge, over 2 million contracts yesterday. You had AMC participating. A lot of these meme stocks really starting to catch on and get a lot more activity. Tell you what, Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, Lucid, all these names, BlackBerry, all of them very, very active yesterday. An incredible day. AMC, also another one of those names. AMD as well. That was strong. We talked about that unusual option activity yesterday. Absolutely exploding to the upside today. So we talk about some of these squeezes. We've had some of those squeezes. We also had just some stocks that came out with some numbers that were absolutely extraordinary. Take a look at what CVS did yesterday. That's a stock that absolutely ripped to the upside, hit new highs, got over 96. That was shooting to the upside, dragged along a little bit of Walgreens Boots. As a matter of fact, had some option activity not only leading into this for CVS, just very, very bullish, consistently at very large size, but Walgreens Boots yesterday had that nice activity as well. That was up about 3%. Kohl's was up about 6% yesterday. That's another one of those names. If you take a deeper look, deeper dive, got a little bit of short interest there. Tesla continues to be strong. That was up about 3% yesterday. Activision, not so good. That was down about 13% yesterday. So not everything was working, but Bed Bath & Beyond during the session was up as much as 30%. It definitely didn't hold on to those gains, but had a very, very nice and very active day once again. So the Fed talked about some of the pace of what they were going to be doing, some of the cutbacks, the asset purchases, all the rest of that. That obviously leading into what we were seeing yesterday. So as we get into today, things look a little bit flat. Look at the NASDAQ, however, that was definitely moving to the upside. It was strong early on. It pulled back a little bit and then exploded back even further. Last I looked, the NASDAQ was up well over 100 points to the upside, but the Dow itself definitely having a little bit of some struggles. It's been down as much as 50 points. It's gotten back towards flat. It's been in more red than it has been in the green today. Volatility index, yes, under 15, holding those levels near or under 15. Crude back up near 82, 83. So that was a quick little bit of a reversal from yesterday where we were 82, 83, underneath 80, and today back up towards that 82, 83 level. 10 years not seeing that kind of movement. 10 years right where it's been, right around 155, 156, and that sort of a category. So I take a look over at energy. Obviously, that's going to be moving to the upside. It was up a little bit more. It's up about 1% last I looked. Consumer discretionary definitely getting a nice boost today. Financials leading to the downside. But I look over at technology. I look over at semiconductors having a really, really nice day. The semis, last I looked, up close to 2% with technology up about 1%. Obviously, Looking over at the NASDAQ, you can read through that with that triple-digit gain that's having right now. Qualcomm leading the charge, up about 12.5%. Those numbers were pretty strong. Moderna, on the other hand, they had a bad forecast. That stock down about 16%. Qorvo, sort of a similar deal. You look at the forecast not good. A lot of the time you're going to see these stocks getting slapped around. Qorvo was down about 11% today. Energy, based upon what we were talking about on that reversal and now moving back into the 80s, a really, really nice day for some of these beta stocks like APA, like Marathon, like FANG, like all these different names that we bring up all the time with the higher beta, having a really, really nice day, up 4 or 5% or more. Merck up about 2% today. Tesla just keeps on running. We were just talking about it before I came on. This is a stock. Let's go back to October, mid-October, October 15th, I think. Stock was trading around 830, and here we are now, well into the 1200s. That gives you a little bit of an idea of the explosive move that we have been seeing out of Tesla. Chinese names a little bit higher today as well. PDD, JD, Tencent, those names all participating. So I got two unusuals, and then I'm out of here. I will be on the 5 o'clock Eastern show tonight, the CNBC Fast Money show, not on the halftime report, however, but I will see you at 5 o'clock Eastern. So that should be kind of fun. See what kind of earnings we got coming out and see what's all moving and all that kind of thing and some of the incredible moves. I'll tell you what, we've been extremely active today. When I look across the unusual option activity, absolutely explosive. I've got two that I picked, however. Ford, number one. Ford just hits and hits and hits. And I brought this up the other day. I said, it's basically a meme, call it a rebel stock. This is a stock that's obviously been moving to the upside, but the options in Ford have been absolutely on fire and ripping to the upside. Here's a great example. 17,000 of the November 5. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Today's the 4th. The November 5th expiring 20 strike calls. So they got 2 days, today and tomorrow, for these to work. They started at 6 cents, finished off about 24 cents on buying these 20 strike calls that expire tomorrow. Stock was trading about 19.15 at the time of that buy. NVIDIA, all they do is come in, they buy, and they continue to buy. I just took a look a little while ago, put this up on social media on Twitter, but I take a look over at NVIDIA. They have been buying consistently since the stock was 201 at the start of October. October 5th, I think, was the first date that we had seen in October, at least, with that explosive move to the upside. 201, hey, where are we today? 275.32. We got a buyer of 16,000 of tomorrow's expiring 275 calls. So call it right at the money calls. They are buying and looking for that leverage for that stock to make a move to the upside. It's already made a bit of a move. Matter of fact, I think it's gotten over about 279 already this morning. Unbelievable move. They're also buying, by the way, the November 5th expiring 280 calls. So the 275 calls being bought, 280 calls being bought. Those 275s, they were paying about $1.75 up to about $3.50 for those options, as the stock was definitely moving to the upside from the start of the buying until that was completed, all 16,000 of those calls. Amazing to see this each and every day. The volumes just continue to be big. The sheer volume itself in individual names really has been standing out. This is more so than I think I can recall. And obviously, these volumes, as I bring up that 40 plus million category, we just continue to see this volume explode each and every day. Knowledge is king. You need that knowledge. If you understand the derivatives market's fantastic. What a great place to be. If you don't, get educated, get a book, try to figure it out the best you can, because you've got to get the right knowledge if you want to have the right success. Folks, have a great day of trading. I'll see you tomorrow.